Do your fights and encounters have choreography to them? Some really thick and tremendous epicness to them. Do you plan for it? And if you're wondering how you can have choreography in a live role-playing campaign that's between you and living players in real time, well, I'll explain. So first, combat is interesting if it has good choreography, because both in storytelling of any kind of art, from movies to ancient texts, fighting, when it's done well and it's challenging and it's done at a decent level of mastery, well, both sides, they synchronize with one another. There is lots of guessing of what the other person will do. There is lots of contemplation and pulling of a move after move after move to match the opponent's move that they could be probably using. You want to guess into how they run their sport, shall we say, and then counter them and evade them and go into their mistakes and missing bits and then send a sword through. However, how do you achieve choreography for your art of tabletop? Well, if you know this, you're already halfway done. It's easy. You just think to yourself for every important encounter, what does your encounter do? What is it supposed to represent? What is it supposed to achieve, to demonstrate? What kind of choreography will it have from the enemy side exclusively? For example, if you have some sort of a trap plus combat with a group of enemies and they know how to use it and they will use it on the party, and it's something cool that you thought up and it has some cool aesthetics and some ideas that remind of something, teach something, are connected with the world or lore, or the faction is more described that way. Whatever it is, as long as you have some ideas that can go into the choreography so that the choreography does something, because you want it always to be clean and specific. You want to know exactly what you're telling, what kind of storytelling is happening by these people doing these things. You always want to be clear about that with yourself, but then you don't have to explicitly tell your players. It's enough for them to witness and see whether they guess or think or act on it. And player theories are good replacement for player understanding as well, as you all dungeon masters, we all know. So, you arrange for the enemy side choreography by knowledge of what you want to choreograph. And then, as for the players, you just hope that the challenge itself and originality of the thing that is happening will make them act in self-defense, I would say, choreographed with the enemy as in real fight. Because they'll need to get out of this one, and then they'll need to think how, and then they'll need to essentially choreograph themselves out of the situation. And if you're both lucky, but you know, it's not too hard, but if you're both lucky, then choreography will be perfect on both sides. And that's all there is to it. Now, all that remains is to carefully think for all your important combat, what kind of choreography should it have and how much? Because you shouldn't overdo it, you just want to illustrate well every event of such scale cleanly and properly, so that it can connect with the rest of the story. And then fights become interesting, as opposed to just swing your dice until somebody gets hurt. Anyways, adventurer, if you thought this was useful or unique, maybe you can spare me a click and I could see you here next or even every week, because every week I make more content like this for you. I'm M, and welcome to the DM table.